So, a while ago, while the Pyeongchang Olympics was going along, you might have remembered I did a trailer reaction to the Grinch. And to put it short, I really didn't like that Olympic preview. I mean, just the idea that the Grinch was watching the Olympics and that they used forgot the name of the song, but some pop song, and it just reeked of Universal and Illumination Entertainment's usual shtick of super pop cultural humor just to please the masses. And get my laptop charging before it goes. And so basically that was a very bad first impression. But as coming from a person who doesn't consider himself a very first impression sort of person, you would think, oh, second chance was always good, right? When it comes to Illumination, I'm not so sure. And when I talk about Illumination, keep in mind, I don't hate their movies per se. It's just that most of them are just okay, and you could tell they're just being made just to cash in. I mean, I've seen, like I said, I thought Despicable Me was okay. Sing was alright. It had good intentions. And I would say Sing is probably the least guilty. I mean, even though, yeah, it uses a lot of current songs, it still has a good heart. And then Minions, which I know a lot of people hate the Minions movie. I'm in the camp of, objectively speaking, I thought it was okay, but it was just overhyped. So, yeah, I just feel like when it comes to their movies, Illumination is just okay, and the real talent is just making a lot of Minion money. So, I was really hoping that the Grinch wasn't going to adhere to that, but judging by that first trailer I did a reaction to, I don't think so. And it really sucks. I know Dr. Seuss books aren't exactly the best material to make into a movie, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because I remember watching the Dr. Seuss cartoons when I was a little kid, like The Cat in the Hat, and the one Seuss did with Chuck Jones. I mean, like The Cat in the Hat, The Lorax, so many others, the Sneetches, which I actually rewatched the Sneetches one recently, and I thought it still held up really well. I guess maybe because I've seen, Seuss play with his own material. Like, for example, when he did the Cat in the Hat special with Chuck Jones, it was pretty different from the book. Look, I mean, if you remember in the short, they did the thing where they said the Cat in the Hat's name in multiple languages, and they were looking for his, forgot what it's called, it's a really long name, something Redunzo or something, like basically just an excuse to have fun, and that was really great. And even in something like the Lorax short, again, it made some pretty it stepped away at points from the book. Okay, that's not the best way, but I remember in the short, the Once had that debate with himself whether it's a good idea to continue his business, and that was not in the original book. That sort of inner debate was not really in the book. So I guess maybe because I've seen, Seuss books when they turned them into cartoons, and even when they had to make, changes to adapt them, they still turned out okay. And given how there's a lot of creative people out there, I feel like it doesn't have to be made by Dr. Seuss to be great. I mean, obviously, Dr. Seuss, he passed away, in 1991, so obviously he's not, alive. But I guess I'm just optimistic to see somebody that's super creative, make a Dr. Seuss movie that's good. And to be fair, even when it's put in reliable hands, like with Ron Howard, it didn't always turn out great. I actually read on Wikipedia, I can't believe this, they wanted to put Who's Steens in the Ron Howard live action Grinch, which, you're gonna make a Jew joke in a Dr. Seuss movie. Yeah, not that. Good thing they cut it out. Who the hell with a brain thought that, okay, let's do Jew jokes I mean, I have nothing against Jews, but it's like, why the hell would you think putting a Jew joke in Dr. Seuss would be a good idea? So, I mean, I've just been rambling on. I guess subconsciously I'm just, trying to stall. So without further ado, and also I gotta say, like, I know that the Grinch in this version is gonna be played by Benedict Cumberbatch, and I would love to see Benedict Cumberbatch do a hilariously devious character. But given the studio that's making this movie, I can't say for sure if it's gonna be really great. So, without further ado, let's just get into the first legit trailer for The Grinch. Dah! If it loads.
Illumination!
Joke is coming. Joke is coming. God! Why would you do a self-reference? Yeah, you hit that along Grinch. Okay, admittedly that joke was clever, but fuck, why would you put happy? None of the three which are really great.
You need one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch. You're a bad banana with a greasy black peel.
Today, we will do mean things, and we will do them in style. Oh, hello. Happy holidays. What's this?
So the Grinch just goes walking around like an everyday civilian.
No.
I don't know. It's not like the President confirmed that the Grinch is like a stranger. Haha, slapstick.
The Grinch.
I like that. Okay. Okay, I will say that at least this trailer, even though it doesn't really say much, although I don't know how to describe this trailer other than what? Like I'm really trying to I'm really trying to make sense. I mean, okay, when they put happy in, that was fucking stupid. Nah. It's like, it's just, we know we associate that song with another one of your movies, Illumination. Why would you do that? Just okay, that part was probably the worst. Self-referential humor. But I really don't know what to make of the rest of the trailer. Like, the Grinch just goes walking around like he's an everyday, civilian. I mean, it's really weird because in the original, book, they didn't even go into like what the Who's thought of the Grinch, at least in the beginning. Yes, I know he gets invited down when he brings back the presents at the end. Spoilers. But it's not like they go around spreading stories like the Grinch is evil, or even that the Grinch is just like an everyday like kind of guy. But I will say I do like the idea of the Grinch kind of being like isolated from the Who's. I mean, I don't know why. It's just, I guess I just associate the Grinch with just being like he separates himself from the Who's because he does not like them. Like on top of not liking Christmas himself. Which, by the way, just as a Dr. Seuss fan, I always wanted to know, has Horton ever met the Grinch? Because, there was Horton Hears a Who. I mean, I don't know, but I really don't know what to say other than that's just really weird. I guess because, the Grinch separates himself and, like, he hates the Who's, I was accepting of how they portrayed the Grinch as, like, this, guy that the Who's are scared of in the Ron Howard movie. Like, I felt that made much more sense. This guy who, doesn't usually go down there, and he just feeds off, the Who's trash. Whereas in this movie, he's just like walking around like he's just an everyday. Admittedly, I do like some of the jokes. And even when like the alarm clock falls down and it just keeps going. Although please pick a different song.
Mr. Grinch.
And even like when he gets back, like I thought that was kind of.
Today, we will do mean things, and we will do them in style. Oh, hello. Happy holidays.
What's this?
Excuse me, are you getting that?
No.
Like, I will say, like, the idea of how, like, of a Who's supermarket. I know I'm kind of overanalyzing here, but I guess it's a, well, not even guess. Like, I'm cool with that. But I don't know. It's just so weird. Why is he walking around like he's just an everyday civilian? Like, not just on top of the fact that he dislikes the Who's, and who knows what reason are they going to come up with this time as to why he hates Christmas. I mean, even like I will say, even in like the book and the Grinch Christmas special, the one where, Boris Karloff played the Grinch. Like, you got the sense that he hated Christmas because it was such a noisy and crazy holiday. Like, at least that's what I got out of it, and I thought that was reason enough. Now, as to why he hates when the Who's feast and sing their song, I don't really know. I mean, it's weird to say. I guess if, like, I made a Grinch movie, I would make it where, he hates how, like, although this is coming from me, like, if I were to make a story about, like, a curmudgeon and he hates, like, really giddy, upbeat people, the reason would be, because, everything's so, happy and great, and then the curmudgeon for his life, it's anything but. But I don't think that's where they're going with this. I mean, I'm just saying, trying to come up with what could they do with this sort of a story, but I don't know. Like, this trailer really doesn't give me, or I don't think even you guys, much to play with. Like, it's a very, it's just a trailer that kind of introduces us to this movie's interpretation of the Grinch and the world that the Who's live in. Like, judging by the supermarket, I think it's gonna be like a much more like updated sort of world. I mean, obviously the outside still looks like, Whoville in the book, if I can find it. But who knows? I mean, are they going to put like, like more department stores and are the homes more modern? Which are they gonna put Who phones that were in Horton Hears a Who? I mean, I know Horton Hears a Who was made by Blue Sky, not Illumination, but then again, Illumination does like to cash in on what's current. So I just don't know. I mean, I walked into this trailer feeling very, not really looking forward to Illumination doing the Grinch, especially after, seeing that Olympic trailer. But after seeing this one, I still don't have, my hopes haven't been risen. I mean, I'll give it credit that the entire trailer wasn't like, a super big cash in like the Olympic trailer. But things like, and even like Benedict Cumberbatch's acting, like I would really like to see him do something super devious. And here, I don't see much of the benefit of having Cumberbatch play him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I haven't admittedly seen Benedict Cumberbatch in too many movies, but judging from what I've seen in clips, and Steven tells me he can play a really good villain, I just don't know. I mean, this doesn't seem like a Benedict Cumberbatch performance, and so I don't know. It's really, I really don't know what to make of the Grinch just walking around. It just feels like it takes a bit of the weight off of like how much he is like. It's so weird how like, because in the book, I mean, I don't want to keep saying in the book, but it's just up until like this point, we've always been told, the Who's live in Whoville, and then far up north on Mount Crumpet, lives the Grinch. So to see him just walking around like an everyday civilian, it kind of takes away that sort of the feeling that he's isolated and he separates himself from the Who's. So I guess that's just what I'm getting at. I mean, this whole trailer, I just don't know what to think. I mean, it's a better trailer than the Olympic commercial, but I'm still not really hopeful this is going to be like an amazing, amazing movie. So I guess this time, to Illumination's benefit, they won't have to make hypocritical ads about buy our Mazda, even though the movie we're advertising it in is supposed to be against cutting down trees and pollution. So at least they have that. So alright guys, this has been Blood Moon Bobby, and thanks for watching. Hey guys, this has been a Blood Moon Bobby video. Please like this video or dislike it, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.